There's nothing preventing us from having that vowel hiatus. That's not illegal. We haven't said it's illegal anyway. Yao, water. Yao, wow. Aquatic. Pian, pianao. Sandy. Oh my goodness. I want this to be canonized. I really do. All of this is so amazing. YouTube. Here we are once again. We are going to jump back into Pkwak. The language of the moment, the language of the hour, everyone's favorite chicken/duck themed language. So let's jump in. Let's not drag out the introduction like so many times we do. All right. So here is a list of innovations in Pkwak. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so this is the Pkwak dictionary, which hopefully will not need too much revision. Based on all the new writings. We have, oh my goodness, can we just take a moment to appreciate all of the wonderful work that's been done here? This is beautiful. And this is the origin of Niskam or Skamnis. Oh, this is gorgeous. And I have Ship's document here as well. Let me open that up. Look at this. Can I zoom in with this? I can. Good. Oh, this is gorgeous. I don't know exactly how to do this yet, chat, but what I would like to do is actually make a dictionary that we can look things up in a nice convenient way rather than doing Control F in Google Docs and Sheets and things like that. But I'm not exactly sure how to do it because our wiki format doesn't fit over the headphones. Our wiki format doesn't really lend itself well to dictionaries, so I got to think that through. But oh my goodness, I want this work to be canonized. I really do. All of this is so amazing. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these innovations. Hopefully we will stop the language being a moving target for our authors. So we will seal things off after half an hour from now and not make major changes. Excuse me. So if you have things that you want in the language, let's deal with them now so that people don't end up having to redo things. Let's take some of these innovations and put them in, though. Look at this, skaten, from skat and men. This is really interesting. So skat men, sailor WH, skat men becomes skaten. That's really cool. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I do have my work cut out for me, don't I? Max, you and Koine had some ideas for dialect stuff. All right, let's hear them. Let's hear them. And while we do, I'm just going to scroll slowly through this so you can see all the amazing work that's gone into this. She as a future prefix, go to. Oh, that's really cool. Skaten she subur. Oh, this is so good. Okay, so here's what I think we should do. Given that there's already been so much work that's gone into this, let us decide. We are canonizing 4 varieties of Pkwak, which are listed here. These 4 varieties: Prestige, Eastern, GS, and Maj. We'll come up with names for them. But everything that has been decided thus far for any of these, we can canonize. So let it be written, so let it be done. Then, when it comes to the single Pkwak language, we will try to develop a Koine, which is a mixture of different dialects that becomes a kind of a common language for all of them. Koine meaning common. No. Maj is being included because even if it's not fully developed yet, it can be a place where things develop in time. So I think we have our 4, and then we have the Koine, which is an attempt to kind of harmonize between all of them. So if you want to work, you can work in one or the other or the koine. I think that why am I all blurry? Hold on, and come back here. Whoa. Okay, good. All right, so back we go. So that's the idea. And if you like an innovation in another variety, you can port it over. Maybe things are shared by some. It's an interesting question as to how these varieties developed. And it actually teaches us something about language change, because things are not always simple as the trees that they show you in the textbooks. Varieties are in contact with one another, and there's sort of horizontal transfer sometimes as well. Loan words, this kind of thing. All right. Catching up on chat. Oh, yeah. Okay, Echo Word says, what if Pkwak users decide to coin words based on ancestor languages when they need a word and just pull it into the modern language? So then we would get things like doublets, like we have in the Romance languages, where you have a word that gets pushed through all the sound changes into, say, French, and then the Latin word gets borrowed and, sort of as is, and you get the two words coexisting side by side with slightly different meanings, or sometimes not so slightly. That would be cool. I don't know exactly in terms of the history. Proto-Sakrat is a reconstructed language at the moment. We don't have an older literary language, although we very well may. We may come up with one. That would be kind of cool. Sanskrit loans into Hindi. It's another example. All right. So then coming back to what Max and Koine have been working on. R becomes uvular in some dialect, and clusters resolve into phonemes. Oh, really interesting. And then pitch accent. That's cool. Oh yeah, my absolute favorite doublet in Romance is calumny and challenge. That's a really good one. It's actually not a doublet in modern French, but it is a doublet in the Romance Latin derived stratum of English. So that's kind of cool. It was a legitimate doublet in Norman French. Okay. So I need to look at the other collective document. Okay, let's go back over here. Where are we? Okay, geez. Is it something down at the bottom, or I don't know. I don't know if there's something that I should be looking at in particular. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've come to a feast, and I only have this tiny plate and this tiny capacity to eat, and there's just a banquet of richness in front of me. Truly. Okay, so how are we going to formalize this then? I think we need to do a bit of grammar writing. We only have 20 minutes, so I think we should do all the grammar deciding that we need to do now. And then we can formalize and write more texts, get more fleshed out, get more stuff fleshed out. I saw a request in the chat to come up with an adverbial suffix or an adjectival suffix. Is that right? We can do that as well. Has anyone made an innovation in that direction? Okay. I'm just going, while I wait for the chat, I'm going to read this because this is amazing. Kangen mwao bemot maskat. Kangen bedudpna als hu. Kangen ben west dud man west swor man west tuan nitatsabuan. Kangen beadwan dwerp tekut ma wood gdun ats nit. Kangen ben pit kris ma pak mahangi mu ats kris. Nok lakwe nwao kluk dwermu nwek nwao pna bem nwao. Relakwe wong bem mo ramu pkao benyu. Skaten shepak pnanyu nwes das ats tap pud. Piasheka kang tap ats abuan raklui ats pkao. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff that I can't entirely pronounce. Okay, Ship's got a an adverbial derivational suffix. Let's go over here. Yeah, we can use ow from nuau. So nuau, worth, gives us ow, adjective. Sorry, did I say adverbial? I meant adjectival. And if we have an open syllable in front of it, so dweg sugarcane becomes dwegau, sweet or sugary. So let's find something. Let's find something with an open syllable. Clui. Clui is C. So clui. We could just do cluiau. Marine. There's nothing preventing us from having that vowel hiatus. That's not illegal, it seems. We haven't said it's illegal anyway. I don't know, maybe could be, but I think this is fine. Cluiau. So cluiau, of the sea, having to do with the sea. Marine, the gloss I've given it. Let's see what else. Liao, water. This is a real test. Yeah, I like that. Pkwak, scripture being composed of basically somewhat religious-ish wisdom quotes. Yeah, so it seems that the corpus of Pkwak we have right now is a kind of wisdom literature in general. So let's take a look at it and read some more. See the attitude expressed by the Pkwak wisdom literature. Let's see if I can find a small poem. Okay. Mutnyan, highest point. Dos ngisa swipshe, opwit kibe, trunswi nitpe menakit. Swipshe, mapidube, mwaswibe kluk, swangis tar sudwan. Kabe nuauptwet, twanhum mot mswit, she mutnyan lagriak. Pkauquenok, abuan bemnis klui. Amen kris, apaskam, asyut, an angis. Min tahu, byun nishu. Lara yo sui. Translation. Highest point. Feel that you see a hill, decide that you must go. On the path of flowers, a seed shines at your head. Must go, but firstly eat the seed in the water. Say to yourself, don't stay. Look at village. High up is far from the house. Go to the hill point, you have won. Finally, swim in the sea of the gods as one who yearns, receiving blessings as a person, as oneself. The one who suffers existence feels a godly presence. Pretty cool. Question about, my gloss is aquatic. I don't know. It's watery, aquatic, could be any of those things having to do with water. I'm not married to this. Watery, aquatic, whatever. Whatever works for you. Yeah, Pkwak may have a nature worshipping religion. So the Sakrat people worship one goddess that we know of, which is reconstructed name Proto Manis. Sui is the author of the poem. Yeah, right. Excellent. Sui, free seed. So this is the a goddess that we know that the Sakrat people worshipped, and we know that we have a reconstructed term for bless, is sakam. Maybe what happens is that an originally polytheistic Sakrat religious system, gradually became more henotheistic. So having one god predominating over all others, which would be Manis. And then gradually that Manis becomes reinterpreted as a sort of a ground of being style entity, not an active personal god. And then this ends up fusing with some nature worship and some animism, maybe something like that. One God, but also with venerated nature spirits. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Or maybe Manis is more of a feature of an older stage of the religion, and Manis continues in the language, Manis skam, just like we have goodbye in English with that relic of God in there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone who says goodbye is actively invoking the Christian God. Not necessarily. Oh, okay, Ship. Ship just wrote something that I think is really great. When the leaves change and fall, that is Manis. Manis is the Pkwak reflex of Proto-Socratic Manis. When the leaves change and fall, that is Manis. When the flowers bloom, that is Manis. Unknown poet. Nokno ma tatar. Okay, wait. Nokno. How do we translate that? Maj, how do I translate that? I'm not good enough at Pkwak. Behind every unknown poet is a ship. Oh. We're getting calls for a batlang. Okay. Not quite a bird. The reason I did that slight dance there is because as soon as I heard batlang, I heard the old Batman theme in my head, and I started, like Pavlov's dog, I just have to, do that Batman dance. I don't know. All right. So, yeah. I'm not the only one who hears it. Pixel Music says, the pioneer of the batlang. Okay, well, let's see what happens with this batlang. I'm excited. Oh, they're deciding on Thax emoji. Okay, I'll look on Discord later. Oh, cool. All right, well, I'm excited to see this poem. I almost feel that there's almost a kind of haiku-like quality to some of this stuff. It's all Manis. Yeah, I like this idea of of a goddess that was once a very distinct personal entity, gradually becoming more and more philosophical and abstract as time goes on, but retaining the name. I really like that idea. Koine says a quite East Asian-like culture, but we didn't give it tones, so at least we prevented ourselves from falling down that well. We'll have to make me not like that at all, just so that we're not copying our world too much. Everything, it was all Manis, always has been. That's the next meme. Oh, excellent. Okay, so Galactic Santa is saying that the development of the religion and culture will be useful for future poetic developments. Excellent. Okay, we have 10 minutes. Is there anything else we need to decide before we end? Because I don't want to make major changes to this to Pkwak after today, so that people can have a nice stable ground to develop on. What do we say, chat? Anything else? Tense. Okay, let's take a look, because there is some actual tense that's been developed here in Ship's document. So we have a future tense here, she, which we can use. And then we have these tense marked relative, these tense marking relative markers, which remind me of Irish. Yeah, I really like that. So it looks like we have a past, a future, and an unmarked present. So let's write that in. In terms of tense, this is a super organized document. We have past. So we have present unmarked. We have past. We have future. Except it's not totally. Okay, so Ship has she as a future, where Galactic Sand has been using it as a continuous. So that's a dialectal difference. So this she could be. So let's just write it down. She, And then aspect. I don't know if this is going to be, in the Koine, are we going to have she marking both future tense and progressive aspect or continuous aspect? What was it? Oh, continuous aspect. Could be. That kind of syncretism. Yeah, maybe. I could see it. Maybe. Echo Words is asking, do we have any words for bat in any language? Yeah, I don't think we do. So that's open. That's an open field for us to plant. Yes, Koine, that's a good point. The English progressive can be used in that way. That's a general feature of English's system, because not just the progressive can be used in that way, but the simple present can also be used in that way, and has been, and always has been. Even dating back to the Old English period, where you could say things like, well, I'll give you a modern English example, we leave at daybreak. There's present morphology, future meaning. And xiao has also appeared as continuous. So let's say in the ship dialect, she is future, and which dialect is M? So in the Maj dialect, that's continuous. Oh, no, sorry. So in Maj's dialect, we use she as the future. Galactic Sand has been using it as a continuous. And then xiao is tag is continuous. Did I get it right? Chat? I'm working. Present use for future. Yeah, especially since we considered the Germanic tense system overall has really two. It's a one-way. It's a binary opposition between past and non-past. So if you have non-past, it's easy for that to be used as the future. It's a good point. Excellent. Well, I think it may be time for us to close the book on Pkwak. I think it's fair. So, chat, YouTube, everyone, this language is now open for business. It has been an absolute pleasure to spend this time with you today. We've made a lot of progress, and I look forward to seeing all of the flourishing of Pkwak literature that has been going on continue and strengthen as we've invigorated the language with a new romanization system and some new grammar and a lovely history and dialectal diversity and some cultural background. I think we got a lot of good material here. So, in the interests of getting us all to go relax and start Conlang and making dinner, whatever it is you do, I will say goodbye for now. And until next time, birai.